What's up, guys? I'm here in Parque Mexico, which is one of the most famous parks in Mexico. This is located in the city of Mexico City, which is the capital of Mexico. So I thought I'd film a little bit and show you around. And while I film, I'm going to be talking, and you can use this as your listening practice. And you can also learn some new vocabulary that I'll be teaching you. Okay? Let's get started. All right, so here we are in Parque Mexico. I'm going to enter in right now. As I said, this is one of the most famous parks in the country of Mexico, and one of the most famous parks obviously in Mexico City too. This is located right between the neighborhoods of Condesa and Roma. So those are two of the very hip neighborhoods here in Mexico City. A lot of vibrant energy. A lot of foreigners, definitely a lot of foreigners, especially Americans, Canadians, French, British, a lot of Europeans here as well. So this is a park that's very common for people to go to, especially with their dogs. I'll be showing you once I see more dogs here, but there are a ton of dogs here in Parque Mexico, and it's just a really cool urban park here in the city. A great place to hang out, so I'll just walk around here a little bit and point out some things as we go along. Here's a woman walking her dog. That's the phrase we use to say when someone is walking with their dog on a leash. We say that person is walking their dog. So you'll see a lot of dogs on leashes here and off leashes as well. But we might come across some scenes where you see many dogs together on leashes, and maybe they're lying down or someone's walking them. And what that is that's kind of like a dog school that they have here. So there are a lot of dog trainers here in Mexico City, and people will pay them to take their dogs for several hours and train them to behave well, to behave with other dogs, to walk well on the leash, to behave well in public. So it's really fun and funny to watch these dog schools in progress, because there's so many different dogs together, and the trainers are really, really good. So the dogs are usually really well behaved together, even though they're not from the same household, so it's cool to watch. So you can see a lot of green here in the park. These things right here these right here are what we call bushes. So in singular that would be bush, just kind of like a generic term for any green plant that grows in kind of these, I don't know what to call it, these bundles, a lot of times in urban places or also in the wild as well. So a lot of bushes around here, a lot of tall trees, a lot of people hanging out. So let's see. So as you probably noticed, it's pretty peaceful here, pretty tranquil, pretty quiet, and that's really a characteristic of this part of Mexico City, is it's very calm. There's not all the chaos that you find in the city center. So that's why I like coming to this area and staying here as opposed to staying in downtown area. These things that you see in cities are what we call monuments. So monuments can be statues, they can be plaques. Like this thing right here is a plaque with writing on it. And it could be any kind of engraved image or anything like that. That's what we call a monument in English. And these things right here that you sit on in public, we call these benches. So this is a bench. There's a couple dogs. And here's a man teaching his son how to ride a bike. I remember doing that. And all around the outside of this park, are a bunch of restaurants. Really good restaurants too. Restaurants, cafes, dessert places. It's very urban all around it, but you've got this nice little park right in the midst of all that. And today's a pretty sunny day. Actually, it's really sunny, which I love, but it's a little bit chilly. So you see I have a jacket on, so that rarely happens in Mexico, but now we're getting into the later stages of fall and almost into winter, so it's a little bit cold at this time. Here I'm avoiding the mud. That's what we call mud, when the dirt is wet like that. We call that mud. And this here is what we call a playground. A playground. So these public places where kids play, where they have these structures and installations that they can climb up on and things like that. So when kids slide down those structures are called slides in English. Slide is also the verb, when you slide down something. These things that you see up here that the kids are on right here, these are called the swings. The swings. So we have swings, we have slides, a lot of other playground equipment as well. So as you can see, this is a very family-oriented park with a lot of kids with their parents here, and obviously a lot of dogs, and a lot of young couples too, kissing on the benches. That's always common here in Mexico. Here's another vocabulary word for you. When we're talking about the leaves of the trees over our heads, we call that the canopy. The canopy. So if you're in the Amazon rainforest, for example, the canopy is very thick over you. You probably can't even see the sun. So here we have a nice little canopy that gives us some shade. And here we have a big fountain. I don't know if you can see it well because the sun is flaring a little bit in the camera. But yes, we have some fountains here, very big ones. I'll show you from this side. Yep, some fountains. You've got some ducks swimming in the water, and I see some, I don't know what those are. Some kind of bird. Not an expert on birds, so I can't tell you what kind, but you got ducks and other birds in there. And now we're coming up on one of the main parts of this park, which is this flat space where people can skateboard, ride their bikes, play soccer, dance. You find people doing practically everything here. So this is a really cool place that people come to do all those activities, or some people like me, I just come and just sit on the ledge and watch the show. So yeah, this is one of the principal parts of Parque Mexico. So as you can see, there are a lot of activities going on here. We've got some American football right here. We've got some bike riding, some people riding scooters, I think some skateboarders. We've got some baseball going on over there. Also some soccer, all kinds of activities, rollerblading. So those things that they have on their feet with the wheels, those are what we call rollerblades. So a lot of people rollerblade. A lot of people are rollerblading here. Yeah, the last time I came, there was a big choreographed dance. Actually, I see some dancers over there too. So it seems like there's always someone dancing here. And yeah, you'll see a lot of the dogs interacting here. It's really funny to watch because it's a public place and the territory doesn't belong to either of them, and so it's very interesting to watch their interaction and see what happens. So yeah, that's probably it. I'll probably stop filming now. But yeah, hopefully you were able to use this video to practice your listening and learn some new vocabulary words. And yes, if you want to use this video to practice your listening, what I would recommend doing is to first watch it without the subtitles, and then watch it with the English subtitles activated, and then watch it one more time without the subtitles, just to practice understanding those tricky words, those fast phrases, and all that English that you didn't understand the first time. You can hopefully understand the second and third time. So yeah, tomorrow I'm going to be flying to Peru with a friend of mine. So of course I'm going to film some there and make some more of these videos. All right, see you next time.